Yeah, I fucked that one up actually. I fucked it up a little bit. I was just realizing it's like shit. I didn't even put the webcam on, so let me just sort this out. But what's going on, champs? Hope you guys doing well. It's been a fucking long time, and it's really good to be back as well. We'll get a lot more, a lot more active on this as well. A lot more active. I was in the middle of rolling up and fucking doing a lot of shit as well. But it's good to be back. Happy New Year, guys. 2025 is ahead of us, and we've got a fucking big one ahead of us, to be honest, when you think about it. In reality of the whole Donald Trump presidential presidential election as well. So we got a massive one. So we got some familiar faces here as well. We got some Arab geezer. What's his name? Fucking Ibn Abdullah. So we got Ibn Abdullah. We got Bon Biggie. Mixed Gamer, how's it going, brother? I do remember you, actually. I do remember you, brother. So it's good to see you back as well. We got Andy, Shaz. What's going on, brother, man? It's been a fucking while. It's been a minute and a half. That's all I can say. Give me a second. 1 second, guys. How's everyone doing, man? How's everyone's New Year? Let's have a look. Just give me 1 moment. Sorry, I just need to send this link to a friend of mine who said that he's going to actually watch me as well. So I thought, let me just pass it over to him. There we go. There we go. All right, let's go. Let's fucking do this then. Anyway, how's everyone's New Year been? Got a massive one. So first things first, right? Let's just go through what's happened recently. We've got Trump being elected as well, and it's something that's quite bullish, right? The reason being is, as you remember, one of the common things I always talk about is like dollar index. All comes down to dollar index. So if dollar index goes up, stocks go down, golds go down, crypto goes down. If dollar index go down, stocks go up, crypto goes up and gold goes up, right? So it's the new year. I mean, we've had 24 days of the year, so it's just started as well. Been freaking 24 days. Start the month as well. Now, a lot of you guys looking in crypto and saying like Bitcoin, Donald Trump is doing all this bullish shit. Executive orders being signed left, right, and center. Crypto this, crypto that. We've got like he's coming out and saying like, America's going to be the capital of crypto. But then you look at the price, you're like, right, it's at 105k. We ain't moved shit, But that's a normal thing. It's a very, very normal thing. What's going on, Shiraz? How's it going, brother? It's been a while. So that's a normal thing. Because what we'll do in just a moment, we'll go back in time in 2017 when Trump was actually elected, January 20th. And we'll go into 2021, January 20th, when Biden was elected. And we'll actually just look at the data and see what's going on in the price action. And we'll work it from there. But to me, it's a price range. It's just a range. Until we break out, it's going up and down, up and down. That's what it is. It's like fucking Johnny, the Johnny story. Fucking Johnny's actually slipped through the back door, fucking doing something dirty and shit like that. That's what it comes down to. So let's just get cracking anyway. So dollar index is the first one we'll break into as well. Okay, so I mean, as a whole, right? If I were to just hide all this shit, right? There's a few things here, right? The first thing I want you to pay attention to is that this is a range bound environment. Okay, that's 2016's range and 2016's high and low. That's what it comes down to. Okay, what we got here is price is a range and bound over here, highs, lows, and it gets up. Now the question is this all a deviation? I don't know. What I can see from this whole mess over here, price action has broken up, so it looks like it's quite bullish there. I agree, but this is also a range over here. Let me just make this in a different color. We got January's 2021's high and 2021's low. That's also a range there. So we got ranges within a range over here as well. This is just a smaller range within this big range. That's all it is. That's all it comes down to. So we delete all this shit, right? I want to go on a higher time frame and have a look at what's going on, right? Let's go on 12 months, right? Go on the 12 months. What's it looking like? Well, really and truly, we've come into this area here. It's what I call a bearish order block. And as long as we stay underneath it, it's resistance, resistance, resistance. So when you look in 2022, when dollar index was really fucking bullish, right? In 22, it was fucking it came into resistance, got underneath it, closed underneath it, nice and clean. Then 23 just plays within it. 24 we just touch it. Now in 25, are we finding resistance to break down, and off we go. And the reason why I'm looking for bearish play is, generally speaking, right? Nimbus to the moon, big man. Yeah, man. Nimbus is a good one. With NAI. I'll talk about that. I'll probably do another stream tomorrow as well. More alt focus as well. Just want to talk about BTC and Ethereum, because I suspect we could get a breakout. I don't know, right? I'm just a little bit tipsy-turny at the moment. So, but there's going to be loads of calls coming up as well over the next couple, throughout the year itself. So there'll be plenty more. So like the reason why I'm talking about bearish dollar is that when you look at Trump, right now, Trump is Republican. What does that mean? What does that do for dollar? That generally breaks dollar down over the 4-year period. When the Democrats come into power, which is like Biden and these guys and Kamala Harris, right? I don't want to go into politics and shit like that. I just want to keep it simple. But when the Democrats come into power, what that means is that the dollar traditionally does well. Now, when dollar goes down, that's because guys like, institutions and all the big players, they're buying stocks in gold. When the dollar goes down, they're moving the money from stocks and gold and taking profit into dollar, because dollar will become a bit of a safe haven. That's all it is. So what we got is Trump is in power, which means Republicans is in play, which generally over the next 4 years, bearish in dollar. Now, I'll give you an example, right? So I'm just going to go to the daily and talk about the first situation here. So 2017, where was 2017? 2017 was over here. So you got this whole data there. And we're just going to talk over the next 4 years. So Trump comes into power where? Around 2017 over here, all the way to 2021. So that's the area. So where does he? And then you got freaking Biden comes into power in 2021 to about 2025. Okay, so he goes up to here. So now what I want to do is highlight where was Trump in. So if you look on the 20th of January, which is around somewhere around here, somewhere around this area there. So I'm just going to mark this out there. And that's where he comes into power, on the 20th of January. And you can see price action. He gets underneath it, gets above it, does a deviation, makes a lower low, finds resistance, breaks down, and goes lower. So from where it starts to where it finishes, dollar has decreased over the 4 years. Yes, it goes up and down, or whatever bullshit it is. But generally speaking, Anson, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for that, man. It's really good to be back. I gotta say, I fucking love it. I do miss fucking YouTube. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's one of my favorite times. I get to talk shit, smoke cigarettes, fucking, and bullshit really as well, and have a bit of fun with you guys. I get to know you guys a bit more over the time as well. So yeah, what we're saying is, over the next 4 years, 2017, dollar has dropped, which means we can see in crypto, right? From like crypto actually had a run in 2021. So when when you think about it, COVID 2020 from 30k, right? So COVID 2020 was somewhere around here, right? Somewhere around here, this area here, and then dollar drops again. Dollar drops again, and what happens? It has a massive run, doesn't it? From 3k, it starts pushing up to around 30k. So 10x from BTC back then. 2017 in January was like what, $1,000, all the way to the end of 2017. What happened? 2017. What happens then? Freaking you got Bitcoin went from $1,000 to $20,000. I went blank for a second. So it did a 20x, right? So you see, like, the move is there. Now, what happens when Biden comes into power? Biden comes into power around here, somewhere around here. I'm gonna put it blue for Republic. So just in this area here, and you can see we get above it, we find support, we get above it, we do a deviation, break this high, and when we break this high, it just so happens this high is confirmed right here, and this happens in August, and then the confirmation will be here from this high itself. Is it this one? No, it's this one here. The confirmation is on this high, because the structure becomes, let me delete some of these stuff. The structure, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then aggression is break above this, confirmation is break above this. And when did this happen? This happens on the 10th of August. And it's the same day that Bitcoin actually made the all-time high, 69k. Coincidence. So the reason why I'm pointing this out at the very beginning is for you guys to understand the importance of the dollar index with relation to Bitcoin really as well. Now, I'm not saying it's strongly correlated and all that malarkey. I'm just saying is that there's a signal. There's a signal. Dollar index in 2020 start crashing. Bitcoin goes up. Dollar index in 2017 start crashing, Bitcoin goes up. Dollar index, right, start pushing up in 2018, Bitcoin goes down. Dollar index start pushing up on 2022, right, confirmation, Bitcoin goes down. And all we've done is just sideways action over here. That's all we've done. So now, come in again with this. What we've got is on the 20th of bloody whatever. Where is it? 20th? 20th is somewhere around here in this area. From here, let me change the color. We have Trump is stepping into this area here. So you're gonna have to give it time. Just like how we have to give it time. And this is about a 3 to 5 months. And this was about a fucking 9 months. Right? So you have to give it three months on dollar index to give confirmation. Now, not to say that Bitcoin isn't bullish. It's just saying that with dollar crashing down, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, taking out these lows, making it coming down to the bigger ranges into this area, we'll start working our way down. So that's what I want to actually step in first and give that kind of context, and hopefully that helps out there. What's going on, Richard? How you doing? It has been a fucking minute, man. It's been more than a minute, brother. It's been too fucking long, but it's good to see you guys as well. I appreciate you guys as well for actually coming on. Shout out to all you guys. Give me a thumbs up as well, and yeah, support the channel. That's it. Just a like and a comment would be great. I appreciate you guys to bits as well. So yeah, that's the whole the take when it comes to dollar index in relation to crypto, Bitcoin really as well. So that's what I want you to take away from more than anything else. And you can always go back and look into it and see what's happening as well. See if that's helpful for you guys as well. So. Any questions before we move on? Because I'm going to crack on to the next set, which is Bitcoin really as well. Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, I'm down to take any fucking questions if you guys have as well. What's going on, Trader Stan? It's been a fucking while, hasn't it? 1 second there. Sorry with that. Yeah. Now, we move on. We're going to the next thing. So that's dollar index. So actually, before I move on, let me just focus on this area here. I want to focus on this area here. So what I was talking about, just to zoom into it. So we've got the yearly open. Now the key is getting below the yearly open. So remember we said dollar index, if you start crashing below, Bitcoin dollar index goes up, stocks goes up. That's stocks. Right? Gold goes up and BTC goes up. Right? So that's the main thing. So we're looking for. So what happens is, right, we start the yearly open. We do a deviation, we get up, we take out these highs, and this high is actually the fucking start of the high, the start of the year anyway. Do it so you can see what happens here. Do a deviation of that, and resistance, shanks below it, resistance, resistance, gets below last week's low, well 2 weeks ago's low. And that's the low has been taken out, and that was the range bound environment, okay? Now, I don't know what happens. Maybe we come back up, push up to the yearly open, but I want to find resistance at the yearly open. That's the extreme pullback, but essentially what I want to see is a breakdown from this area. Then we start taking out these lows over here and work our way down to 105.5. And then we'll work out the next thing, because then what I'm looking for is a deviation of this motherfucking range. That's what I'm looking for. So a deviation, just like how we did a deviation there, looking for a mad dirty deviation really. That's more than anything else, but that's really it. And then once we get underneath it, we work our way down to the next set as well, okay? So that's dollar index. Now I want you to pay attention to how it's actually thingy. So you see, I actually post this on Twitter, right? But I'm gonna actually just walk you through it. Just look, I'm gonna write this down. So dollar index is below the yearly open, all right? Everyone understands that? Now, what did we say? Dollar index goes down. We're looking for gold and stocks and Bitcoin. So if we bring up gold, right, XAU, that's the yearly open. Let me delete this for a second. That's the yearly open, you can see. We find support. We make new highs, take out liquidity, fill out this fair value gap right there, and we're just right in this area here, in this fair value gap. So this is an order block right there. That's going to act as resistance. We may get a bit of a pullback, maybe up to this area here, and then I'm looking for some sort of support, and then bullish price action to take out new highs. That's the plan for gold that I'll be looking for along itself. The breakout plan, if it was to, oopsie daisy, let me delete all this. The breakout plan is pretty simple, okay? All we have to do is highlight this block, right? This is on the daily. Finding resistance over here. Let you find resistance, whatever you want to do, find resistance. This is like a cup and handle. Once it breaks above, bullish price action, that's your confirmation. Whatever the deviation is, your invalidation. Want to go aggressive below this low, it's perfectly fine. Take the long, off you go, new highs. That's the way I would look to play gold. So, bringing up what we talk about, dollar index is below the yearly open. We see gold, right? XAU, which is gold, is above the yearly open. All right. Bring up SPX, which is the stocks. Same thing. We've got the stocks above here. It's actually made a new all-time high, by the way, as well. Yes, they made a new all-time high. It's just hovering around the all-time high and whatever. But you can see how it's broken out of this trend line over here. Completely cleanly smash, retest, off it goes, takes out the highs. Okay, so again, same thing. Above the yearly open, you open below the yearly open, got above, finds support, loses it there, takes out the lows, and then does a deviation and rallies up, taking out these highs, and all these highs of liquidity there, and that's it. So again, we're seeing what? We're seeing the stocks, right? So let's put SPX is above the yearly open, right? Last one we need to look at, Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin, not this chart here. Where's this chart? Not this chart. This is Monday's range. It's not that chart. There we go. Here you go, yearly open. And what we got here, same thing. We got the yearly open here. We get above, find support. There's a bit of a deviation. Strong wick taking out all this liquidity here and this liquidity over here. But notice how it closes above the yearly open. So this is the deviation here. Pushes up. Would have thought some sort of resistance and break it down for the yearly open, but instead, all it's done is taken out these highs and take out these highs, and it's made a new all-time high. That's it. That's the new all-time high there. So BTC is above the yearly open. You see the relation between these lot? That's the main thing. And now all we got to see is make it break down. Once it continues breaking down, we're chilling. We're fucking chilling, bruv. That's what it is. Simple as that. That's pretty much as a gist there. Now, looking at BTC, right, I want to bring up this chart here in particular as well. This chart here is quite important to me. Why? Because to me, right, before I even go to anything else, right, this is a range band environment, right? These all levels I've drawn there. Shout out to SC actually. This SC I'm not the creator of these levels here. SC taught this to me a little while back, so I just use it for my own purpose as well, for education and trading purposes itself, really, nothing else as well. So when you're looking at this, right, you got a range low, a mid range, and a range high. You can see how it does a deviation, resistance, and this is going to be resistance until proven otherwise. He is going to be come down here. Now, like we discussed when we got below the yearly open, we took out liquidity, we took out this liquidity here. It could, I'm just saying, it could break down, find resistance, and look to play down level to 96.5k, and then into the yearly open. Lose the yearly open, I'll look for 92.2 and 87.9. That's the plan. That's the real plan. Now, if I just drop it down to the 4 hours and make this a bit more sharper, what we got here, right, is this. We're seeing, I'm going to go for both plans, the bearish plan and the bullish plan. We got something like this. Something like this. It looks like it's broken out of it. It looks pretty good. Not too bad, but that's 105k, this 104.9k, call it 105k. To me, I'm not very convinced. I'm just generally not very convinced for it to go up higher. It's just hovering around here for too much. The reason why I'm not convinced is a few things, right? Number one, you look at over here, is you have this is hovering over it, but then deviates it, find resistance, sells off, right? Number two, let's go previous price actions. Look over here. When we range for like 9 months straight, bruv. Do you remember this? When we went down to like 50k, 40k, like 48k, people calling for 30k, fucking talking shit out of their ass as usual. I don't know where they get these numbers from, but whatever. You can see that's the high, that's the mid-range, and that's the range low. Why has it gone pink, bruv? Why has it gone pink? Whoopsie daisy. Here we go. There we go. That's it, more like it. That's the high, that's the mid-range, and that's the range low. You might think it's pink, bruv, but it's not. It's actually red. But yeah, so you can see, look, we hover over it, deviation, resistance, sells off. Back into the mid-range. Each time goes back to the mid-range. The mid-range is always chopped. Comes back to the range highs, finds resistance, hovers around it, sells off. Back into the mid-range. Then it plays back to the range low, pushes up to the mid-range, kind of comes up to the range high, not so much, but back down to the range low. Mid-range, deviation, back down to the range low. Mid-range, deviation, hovers around, bullish market structure, gets above it. And you see how it hovers around it, and then we have a clean smash. That's the kind of price action you tend to see in a bull run when it comes to crypto. We haven't seen a clean smash above this high yet. That's the only downside. You don't believe me? I'll show you another one. Here's another range high. Right? That's the range high, and that's the range low, and that's the mid-range. Resistance, deviation, comes up, clean smash. And that clean smash gives me the insight for me to start pushing up higher. Now, the only thing where he hovered around here, that's the range high, and that's the range low. Let me just bring it up. Let me just bring this up right here. You can see that's the range high over here. That's the mid-range. hovers around it, back down to the range low, does a deviation of the range low, finds support on the range low, comes up to the mid range, chop around the mid range, pushes up, and he starts trading but higher highs. So this one's a bit of a fucked up one, right? So now, but that's pushing up. You can see the price action wise is that you're looking for this particular high to be reclaimed. So when you see you got a deviation, resistance, push up, take out these highs, that's the sign for us to say, yeah, bullish price action. Invalidation will be here, aggression will be here, off you fucking go, play it level to level towards the freaking 45k, which we do hit 45k, we do pull back and whatnot, and then we have a smash above there. Now coming into this bit here, where we are right now, this is not very convincing. Different price actions to what we've seen, haven't we, right? In my fucking water bottle. Yeah, it's a different price action that we're seeing right now. What we're seeing is it's just chopping this little particular area. Now, this gives me fucking... Do you know, have you guys ever heard of fucking diamonds? Someone, I don't know, I remember a long time ago, diamond pattern trading. Let's have a look what we got. Yeah, see, look at this, bruv, right? This is giving me diamond vibes, bruv. Let's have a look. Let me try and get one. Try and get a fucking diamond pattern thing in it. Try and find one, bruv. Give me a second. Oh, a bunch of bullshit though, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Here we go. Schematic. Visit this shit. Let me just copy this bastard over here. Copy image. Go back to BTC. Show you. Oopsie daisy. I can get you a free chart, man. A fresh chart right here. Clean chart. Control V this motherfucker. Look what we got. Does this not look like a fucking diamond pattern, bro? So we got like something like this. Like that. I don't know. It's not very good, but you get the point. You know what I mean? And then we got like something like this. Oopsie daisy. It's something like this. It just doesn't give me very good vibes, if you get me. Yeah, it's not very giving me good vibes. So you got price action goes up. Yeah. And what if we do go back down to range low? I don't fucking know, bro. Do you know what I mean? Let me just screenshot this as well. Because I'm going to actually post this up on Twitter later as well. Let's save this. Give me fucking ideas as well, innit? Right, cool. Perfect. Delete this. Cool. It's giving me diamond vibes as well. Not very clean. So if I show you like this, it's like that. So all I'm looking for, the bearish price action when it comes to BTC is pretty simple in the sense of, well, what is capping the market? The whole thing is being capped by this particular area here. Okay? You get clean a fresh chart. Yeah, let's just use this. This one's much more simple. Less lines, less bullshit. It is a lot more simpler. So what we got here is resistance, right? So we've got in this particular area here, that low here is your order block, right? It's bearish order block. Resistance, 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 which means my invalidation is over here. So I'm looking for it to go down towards these lows, take out these lows, and potentially take out this low over here, maybe bounce off this and potentially go to Yeti open, right? So there's levels to play with this, right? And we'll overlap the whole thing together as well. So what we're looking for is a play down. So for me, I can go in with a short here with a stop loss here, right? Now, if I want to add on for like further confluence, what I'll have to do is draw a trend line and say, okay, cool, let it do its thing, right? So if it wants to bounce down here, maybe come into here and lose the trend line, that tells me what? Liquidity, liquidity, and into this liquidity, right? It's telling me that's the confirmation for the shorts to play it back down into this area here and potentially bounce off, I'd say, off this high. 97k. From 97k, possibly to Yeti open. And that's the short scenario. So I'm looking for possibly breaking a short into 96k because I'm not convinced breaking 105k. That's the only issue that I've got right now. Now, at the beginning of the stream, we talked about how is this going to break out and whatever and all that kind of stuff, you know. And I'm going to go back in time for 2017 and 2021 to show you what happened after the election as well. It consolidates. That's the thing. It's a bit of consolidation. That's all it comes down to. So I have no issues for it to pull down for the month itself. I don't have a problem. Overlap my chart over here. What I've got here, it's this. We said 97k, didn't we, right? So I would look at it like this. Bring this up like that. Lose this level here. Let it do this. If it wants to do that. Break down. first set of targets there into this liquidity into 100.7k, and then I'm starting looking for 98k and 96.5k, close enough to 97. I'll just front run it. I'll front it with that high. So close enough, and then potentially go to yearly open. I'm not too sure, but I'm looking at that as a potential play back down. The bullish play is simple. All I've got to do is overlap this whole thing, and I'm looking at this area here. Let me just zoom out here. There we go. I'm looking for this. Let's do it onto the 1 hour. Maybe you get a better price action there. Yeah, it looks a little bit better on here. So all I'm looking for is something like this. So you see this one over here. See this one over here. All I'm looking for is a reclaim. This block over here, resistance. There's a bit of a deviation. Comes back down. Resistance. Just about resistance. Resistance. Okay. So if it was to go higher, all I'm looking for is a clean smash above here. Gets a clean smash above here, I'll be bullish. So let it do its thing. Gets above, retest, bullish price action into 113.4k. Be able to chop around the mid range, and continuation for higher prices to 117 and looking for 121.9k. And that's my targets for the upside. Simple as that, right? You don't want to overcomplicate this shit. You want to keep it nice and simple, right? Now, the issue that I've got here, right, for it to go higher. Well, I mean, I'm ready for it to go higher, but I have to be patient as well. Now, the issue that I've got is if we look back in 2021, when Biden got into power, which was the 20th of January, which is right here. So it's this candle right here. So if I mark that in blue, put this over here, you see it? There's a consolidation. The consolidation is all this motherfucker. That's what it is for a full month into February. Into February, you start pushing up. And then we get this close above on the 8th of February. That's your confirmation. Higher prices, runs up higher. So it's just chop until proven otherwise. So which goes on, which says from the 20th of January to the confirmation, we have about what? Oh, I can get a ruler, fuck it. 19 days, which is what? 2.5 weeks. Okay? Let's go back to 2017. Can use that as an example. And obviously, fucking manic, innit? But 2017 of January, let's have a look here. 20th of January was right over here. 20th of January, it's right there. So it's that little flat body over there. So there we go. And as you can see, it's all a range. And what is the range? The range is this high here and this low here, right? And you can see we push up towards the range high. Do a deviation, retest the open when Trump comes into power, find support, holds above it, breaks above this, and bullish price action. And that took a while. It did take a while. So I'm not here to say to you, oh yeah, we're gonna actually range for another 2 weeks, or we're gonna range here for another 2-3 months. Who the fuck knows? But if the longer it consolidates, is it really that bad? Because look at this explosion on Bitcoin. Massive explosion. And as you can see, goes up to 20k, then we make the all-time high and start breaking down, structures broken and all that stuff, and then comes out to dollar index and that kind of stuff. So what I'm saying to you guys is just be patient, right? We are coming to a point where things are going to be a lot more interesting as well. But there's a lot of, like, if you look at it this way, right, there's a lot of news on crypto from Trump and all of his guys. And is it really moving the market? Not so much. But accumulation, right, is a sign. Sorry about that. Just check it up on someone. Yeah. I'll have to phone him later. See if it's okay. But yeah. But what it comes down to, right, is this is all an accumulation. Like, you know, you got BlackRock buying and BlackRock doing this and all that kind of stuff. These guys are all stepping in. They're all stepping in. So it's a manipulation on price action. You know, they're just trying to suppress the price for a little bit longer before they can send it a lot more higher. Okay, so I wouldn't be too stressed out. Generally speaking, I really wouldn't be too stressed out. I'll be just fucking chilling and enjoying life as it is. So that's that. That's BTC as a whole. Any questions before we move on? Right. ETH is similar prospect, right? What we've got here is a range band environment. That's the range high. Yeah, that's the range high. That's the mid range, and that's the range low. You can see we went down to the range low, does a deviation, pushes up to the range high, find resistance, takes out the liquidity up here. As you can see, this high over here gets taken out over here, and it comes back into the mid-range. We're under the mid-range and under the yearly open. BTC is above the yearly open. Ethereum is below the yearly open. What the fuck's going on? You know, like, oh yeah, but Solana's going to be up. I don't think so. I need to see strength in the market. Now, again, let me do the bearish play, all right? I'm sorry for this, but let's just do the bearish analysis and see what's going on, right? So as we can see, with the yearly open, we've got a bit of chop right here, right? So we are stuck within this area here. I would like to say within this area here, all right? That's the mid-range, and that's the 0.25% of the range, and that's the range low, okay? So for it to be bullish, right, we need to get above the mid-range 34.28, right? That's the key thing, and we'll talk about the bullish play in just a moment. But the fact is, right, I want to see how the daily close. Do we close below the yearly open? Because if we do close below the yearly open, this is how it's going to look like. This is how it's going to look like. Resistance, so we get above the yearly open, right? Is that the right one? Let's move this up here. There we go. That's more like it, right? So we get above the yearly open, right? Nope, that's the wrong one. It's supposed to be here. There we go. So we get above the yearly open, come into it, a support, get underneath it, resistance, resistance. We do a deviation, but all this is just resistance until proven otherwise. So not so fucking bullish there, mate. You know what I'm saying? So all you need to do is break out of this trend line. I would say, yeah, fine, bullishness. But we are finding respective against resistance. We're respecting resistance here. So yearly open, get below the yearly open. If he starts breaking down, then we're looking towards 3,093, taking out all this liquidity, bounce off 3093, potentially take out this low over here, and potentially go to 2759. And all this is just a range bound environment. And if it does do that, and that's the beautiful thing, if it does go up to the low, up to the low, then I'm looking for the low. All I'm looking for, and I don't really mind it, I'm ready to be bullish on either side. There's all this gap over here to fill out, right? I'm ready for it to come back down, and if it does come back down over here, I'm ready to buy in, bullish price action, target into the yearly open, reclaim this, play it to 37.93 and then 40.98 within this range over here. And once we break above this range, I would expect us to start making all-time highs, right? Because if you look at it this way, all-time high is a reclaim of this level here. Then we take out these highs over here at 47.67 and work our way to 54.37. So that's what we're looking at, but we need to break out this 40.98. Until then, it's not bullish until proven otherwise. This is all just a range bound environment. Now, playing this, saying that, right? And I'm just giving you the bearish play because it is making lower lows, right? Like it is making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. This could be a lower high. Until we take out this high, it's bearish until proven otherwise. So I'm ready to play the longs anyway. I'm not going to really play the shorts on Ethereum. I think the BTC shorts are much better in my opinion because it's at the range highs. This is at the mid range. You know, like it's still there. I mean, the invalidation will be here. That's the thing is. That's the only thing is. But how do we play the bullish play if it was to come? Right? Let's have a look. Right? So, what's capping the market right now? I would like to say it is this area. Right? So this is the bit that's capping the market. Let me just hide all this and then we can talk about this in just a second. So as you can see, found resistance over here, just about resistance here. If it does this, so I found resistance, break down, let it do its thing. All I'm looking for is price to push up above this block here, bullish price action. I'm happy to go for the longs. Off we go into these areas here, take out these highs there and work our way up higher prices. Bring up my freaking lines and shit. What we got is it's quite simple as this, right? So let's try and make a better plan, right? Let it get back above, right? Bullish price action. And if it holds above like that, I'm happy to go in for a long. Whatever the deviation is, my invalidation. Play up towards this area, 37.67, look at the highest, and then play it for target and into 40.98. That's all it is. That's the plan that I've got for Ethereum, and that's a bullish play. Right now, it's fucking Friday, bro. Just enjoy your fucking day. That's what it comes down to as well. So that's BTC and Ethereum. There's nothing more to say apart from that. I probably what's going on? Yeah, I probably will actually do a stream tomorrow, and we'll work on alts to be honest as well, in regards to total 2, total 3, and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll have a better play on that sense. So on that note, we'll leave it as it is. Keep it nice and short and simple. Simple little stream there. And yeah, it's been a real pleasure. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for actually for attending. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Actually, fuck it. Let's do it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll have a stream tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Have a great fucking day.